For more than 20 years, CTV has captured the moments that matter in our community. From our studios in St. Clair, you're watching Focus with Paul Dingeman.
Well, as the month of May moves along, welcome back to the Focus Set. My name is Paul Dingeman. Show appears in Marine City, St. Clair, each Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Also now throughout northern Macomb and all of St. Clair County on Thursdays and Fridays. We're glad you are along. Two very interesting segments today. We're going to begin with some students from that wonderful place in Marine City called Riverview East High School. And then we'll be joining Fifth Third Bank. They've had an Employee Appreciation Day and handed out some checks. We'll hear all about that from their branch manager, Colleen DeLong, in just a minute. But let's begin with a friend by the name of Jason Steyer.
Hi, Paul.
Teacher par excellence at Riverview East High School.
Yeah,
nice to see you.
Absolutely. Nice to see you.
Welcome back to the Focus Set.
Thank you much.
How has the winter been? How's the semester been?
Fantastic, as always. There's always just such amazing things happening at Riverview. And the problem is people don't often see what's happening behind those closed doors. So every year, at least once a year, we open up those doors and we invite the community and parents and friends to come in and see all the wonderful things that have happened throughout the school year.
When is this new event going to be taking place?
So our student exhibition is this coming Wednesday, May 25th, and it runs from 12:30 in the afternoon until 2 o'clock.
If I'm not familiar with the location of Riverview East, how do I get there?
Well, we share the complex with Marine City High School and Marine City Middle School. So it's on King Road, 6373 King Road. We're located on the east side of the complex, around back by the tennis courts. So you can enter the parking lot off of Ward Street, and you'll see signs and artwork and everything marking where we can stop.
And how about parking?
Anywhere you can find a spot.
Anywhere you can find a spot.
Right.
Okay, well, you brought along some students, and what are these students here for?
Well, again, we have some amazing things happening. One of the really exciting things that's unfolding right now is a project in collaboration with the City of Marine City in creating a teen rec center.
Oh, okay.
So a place for students to go. Kyle Pond here is kind of spearheaded that effort, and would be glad to share what's happening with that.
All right. Kyle, welcome to the Focus Set. Nice to see you, sir.
Nice to meet you.
What grade are you in at Riverview?
11th grade.
11th grade?
Yes.
And what's this idea about a River Rec Teen Zone?
River Rec Teen Zone, it was created out of like a necessity to have a safe and fun environment for kids to go to, keep themselves out of danger and trouble. I just feel like there wasn't really that much in Marine City, so I'd like
Great idea.
Yeah.
Great idea. Have you guys picked a place where you're going to do this?
We have a tentative location at the Living Faith Lutheran Church. They're going to let us, get a couple of the rooms for a small price.
Okay.
So.
We got a couple pictures if Jared will throw them up of some meetings with some commissioners. Or tell me who was in the meetings.
David Simpson.
Right.
Diane Lovett. Lynn Zarowski.
Next picture. Okay, there we go. Go ahead.
Lynn Zarowski, Parks and Recreation Department. She works for that. Two council people, city commission people, David and Diane, and then Gary Coase and Laura. They are co-owners of the Mariner Theater.
Right. So what did your committee do? What did you guys do? How many times do you meet?
We meet like twice a month now.
Wow.
Yep. Yeah, we brainstorm ideas, fundraising ideas to push this thing forward because we're planning on opening in July. So.
What will you have when you open, hopefully? You're going to have badminton, tennis, table tennis, that kind of things, or pool, or? Yeah,
pool tables, hopefully, video games, a little bit of pure open conversation, board games, video games, just things of that nature.
How can the city help? How can the citizens help?
Support, donations, things like that.
Are you looking for cash?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that's all right. Don't be afraid to ask for it. If you don't ask, you won't get it. Jason knows that.
Right.
That's great.
I never get it.
Never gets it. Never gets it. Once in a while, you get a lot.
We get a lot of support.
Oh yeah.
Well, we support you, and what a great experience to sit on a committee like that, to be with Gary and Laura and the commissioners. It's a little different world there, isn't it, to sit with those kinds of people?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Right.
All right. And next we've got what?
Well, that's just one example of a lot of things that are happening in Marine City and the surrounding communities that are pulling people together to make good things happen. So this group here is working with Deb Swan, one of our other teachers, on creating a voter registration opportunity during the exhibition. So you guys can speak to that a bit and tell people what.
Okay, so we got Evan Richardson and Kaylee, right?
Jessica.
Jessica. Oh, Jessica's on top of it. Jessica, and then talk to me about what's the rock the vote.
Well, you may or may not know that the mayor's being elected right now. Well, the primaries for mayor is being elected in Marine City.
Right.
So we're starting a registration for people to be able to vote for that in Marine City, located at Riverview East High School.
Okay.
And it'll be very free, like not a lot of work going on, kind of just come in, sign up, and leave real quick. Not a hassle.
Well, the
at
only
all.
requirement is you have to be 18, right?
Yeah, and you have to have an ID or a bill or something to show that you're a resident of Marine City.
Marine City. But when you're registering people, are you registering people for, obviously for any election, you're registering people for East China and for China Township and Cotterville, or just Marine City?
It's just going to be Marine City, and Kristen Baxter,
Yeah.
city clerk, is going to be there to answer
Okay,
any
she's great.
questions that anyone has.
Good. Well, how did you guys come up with this idea?
Well, we have in our class, our government class, we have a project class. So for our project, we decided to help make a registration so that more people can get out and vote during this time.
Okay. I think you, and if Jared will throw up the picture of the form. I think there's a form there, Jared. There you go. Did you guys come up with this design?
Yeah.
It's a trifold, as they call it. And where are you distributing those?
Just to local businesses around the city.
Well, it's a great project. You picked the artwork and everything else? God, you guys did a good job. You didn't have any help from this guy down the end, did you? No, he didn't help? Okay. Are there more pictures to go with that?
I think that's good for register to vote.
All right.
The next pictures that we'll see are part of another collaboration that we're working on with Marine City. It's actually a statewide program called Safe Routes to School. The city came to us asking for help, and it started with an initial phase of going out and checking the sidewalks, the walking paths to and from our schools, and seeing whether or not they were safe, and inviting and encouraging people to walk and bike to school. So we identified areas that need infrastructure upgrades, crosswalks, signage, and my art students are working together on just embellishing the neighborhood. So we're looking at blighted objects, old electrical boxes, posts, sidewalks, crosswalks, and we're applying art to those areas to make it more vibrant and encourage people to travel our neighborhoods to and from school by foot or by bike.
Throw up that first picture, Jared, and let's see what we got. There we go. Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, there's a lot of debris that's around the school and the surrounding communities. This is just a giant rock. So rather than just let it be a giant rock, and I think perhaps even
But it was happy being a giant rock.
It wasn't happy, so we're adding artwork to that. And as you flip through the photos, you see even the parking blocks along our parking lots, they're turning those into giant Lego blocks. So adding a creative twist to those.
Okay, next.
This is within our school, so when you visit during our exhibition, you can see some of the student artwork as well. This is a mural that's being painted for Marine City Middle School. They recruited our students to work on that.
Wow. Next.
This is a project that we're going to look for approval from the city for, and we want to mark the routes by using stencil art of icons that represent the different things that are taught in our schools.
Great idea.
Possible career paths that students can take, so you have something to think about.
Yeah.
And we're also going to place those strategically so that you will notice potholes or cracks in the sidewalk that may be a tripping hazard.
Yeah. Okay.
Again, this was an old, rusty electrical box that's no longer in use, so it became a canvas for student artwork.
You find canvases everywhere, don't
We
you?
do, absolutely.
Okay, and down on the end is Kayleen. And Kayleen, you're going to talk to us about XQ
Super School. Let me give you a little background on that. XQ Super School is a challenge for people across the nation to rethink high school.
Oh, this is just not local. This is across
This
the
is
nation.
nationwide. It's a $50 million competition
Wow.
to help support change and innovation in high school.
Which we need.
Right. So this was started by Lauren Powell Jobs, who is the widow of the late Steve Jobs,
Okay.
and Ruslan Ali, who was the former Assistant Secretary of Civil Rights at the U.S. Department of Education. And what they want to do is have students and teachers and the community think about what truly is the best opportunity for students to learn things that are going to be useful in the rest of their lives, and ultimately help them make a difference in the world that we live in. So our team has developed all kinds of different ideas and strategies. We were part of over 700 teams in the initial phase. We're narrowed down to just over 300 teams now for the final development phase, and now we're in the running for a share of that $50 million to move our vision forward.
How do you get your share? You have to have
They would
people vote or
distribute.
what?
Well, they have a committee that's going to review all of these different visions that have been submitted and select the ones that they feel really can thrive and become part of a new education in America.
So Mrs. Jobs has got the $50 million bucks.
Yeah.
She's going to distribute that in some fashion.
Right, it would be $2 million a year for the first 5 years to get the program started, for at least 5 schools that are selected.
5 schools nationally.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
So the great thing is we don't expect the money, but what has happened is a conversation of what's best for our students, how things can change as we move forward.
Okay. And what's your involvement?
Just like making ideas to help change school in general.
Okay. And was it fun?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, like coming up with a whole bunch of ideas that, like, even if we don't win this, that could, still.
Can you give me a couple ideas?
Just the way things are taught, how school is ran. Yeah.
So it was good.
Yeah.
It was good. Were there a lot of people, were a lot of students on the committee or a mixture of students and teachers?
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. What do you guys like about Riverview East?
I like that the teachers, they give you a chance, like, they tell you, like, they take what you're interested in and they try to help you reach that. Like, in the Genius Hour that Pat had, she said, take something that you're passionate about and make it become a reality.
Great idea.
And it's been a lot of fun and it's changed me a lot. And I think that the teachers are just amazing there.
Well, that's great to hear. Now, do you have Jason as a teacher?
Yes, I do.
And what's his biggest fault?
I couldn't even think of one, really. I mean, it is probably one of my favorite classes.
And why is it your favorite class?
I just like that I can, when I sit down, and I can just make whatever I want. Like
So
whatever.
you're creating something.
Mm-hmm.
You're just not looking in a book or looking at a video or something else.
Yeah.
It's you doing something.
Yeah, thinking of something and making it.
And he comes along and says, that's great,
Mm-hmm.
or it's terrible.
He also, plus the fact that I can do whatever I want, it's also very helpful that he can come around and if
Yeah.
you have any questions, he'll answer.
Great. Jessica, what do you think of the whole experience of high school and Riverview?
The whole experience of high school for me, I've switched schools at least 4 or 5 times, and I feel like Riverview has been the best school for me.
Good.
And I have the best grades here, and all the teachers are so supportive and helpful.
Sometimes it takes us a while to find a place that's right for us, but there's nothing wrong with moving around, and hopefully you found the right place now. What grade are you in?
I'm in 11th grade.
11th grade, so you got another year with this guy?
Yeah.
Well, we'll pray for you. We'll pray for you. And how about you? What's your overall opinion of where you're at in Riverview?
Well, I love Riverview.
Yeah?
My grades are really good. The teachers understand. It's really open. Like no one's judgmental. Everyone is supportive. Yeah.
That's good. That's good. What size campus you got now? How many students are on?
We're usually around 120, 130 students.
Okay.
Right, and this is what it's all about. It's helping these students understand the world that we live in.
Yep.
Help them recognize the strengths that they have, the passions that they have, and apply those in meaningful ways. This whole super school idea in our school from the very start is all about looking beyond the walls of our classroom, looking at other sources of learning, helping create opportunities for these students to be healthy, happy, and successful in life.
Okay. Jason, you do wonderful work. Thanks for coming along.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for supporting Jason and all he does, and you guys got great futures. We'll be back with our next segment in just a second. Each year, Fifth Third Bank on the May 3rd gives out checks to their employees, $530 checks to give to charitable groups that they're involved in. They're trying to encourage their employees to be involved in each one of the communities that they serve in southeastern Michigan. Recently, in fact, on the 4th of May, they had a ceremony at the branch here in St. Clair, and we had an opportunity to record that. Let's take a look at that right now.
Well, thank you everyone for coming out today to help celebrate Fifth Third Day, Fifth Third Week, and our employee giving grants. So just to get started, I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Colleen DeLong. I'm the Financial Center Manager here in the St. Clair office, and I've been with the bank for about 18 years. And it's a great opportunity for all of us to showcase our involvement in the community as well as with our specific organizations. So before we get started, I'd like to introduce or just share with you who's here in my team here in St. Clair. Over at the teller line right now, we have Jen as well as Kendra, and I have Darlene over here that's going to be coming up shortly. She's our lead CSR. I have Dawn Porter here and Julie LaCroix, who are our personal bankers, and we also have in the office here in St. Clair Kay Davis, who's our mortgage loan originator, as well as Joe McLaughlin, our investment executive. So right now I'd like to go ahead and introduce Sandy Staffney, who's my regional manager, so everyone can get to know her. She's out in the community, and she's been with the bank for quite some time as well, so I didn't know if you wanted to say anything.
Okay. Yeah, I'm very excited to be here and actually be a part of hearing what the different nonprofits are involved in that our employees are passionate about, and to have them walk away with a little bit of change to help them do their good deeds. So with that,
perfect. So with that, I'd like to go ahead and introduce Jeff Vitruba, who's our investment lead and senior manager here in Fifth Third Eastern Michigan.
Thanks, Colleen.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. My name is Jeff Vitruba. I'm the area sales manager for the bank. I'm part of the senior team for the bank, and I actually have the really cool job here today. I get to give away some money to very deserving organizations and really thank our employees for being so involved within the community. So with that, first I'd like to just introduce these particular individuals. So Colleen representing Studio 1219 and Jennifer Kush. Secondly, we also have Colleen representing the Port Huron Elks and their charity representative, Scott Harris. We have Leanne Keeley with the St. Clair County Child Abuse Neglect Council, and Sally Safran. And then lastly, Darlene Markle representing Water Warriors Mackinac Ride Special Olympics for Ann Plague. So again, thank you very much for being here to celebrate the day. Again, I'll encourage everybody that can help our local charities either through donations or volunteerism to do what they can. And that includes our corporate citizens. Now more than ever, our communities need us. And if you need to speak to anyone about financial services, there are plenty of people here that are more than willing to do that for you. As you know, today, we celebrate a very special day for our bank. It is Fifth Third Week, today being the 4th. We mark Fifth Third Day by appreciating our customers, acknowledging our employees, and supporting our communities. This year we are starting our celebration just a little bit early. This week, in honor of Fifth Third Day, we will be gathering across our footprint in Southeast Michigan to celebrate employee volunteerism and the nonprofits that provide vital services to our communities where they live and work. We do this through our employee involvement grants. As you know, Fifth Third employees who volunteer at nonprofit can nominate that organization for a grant each year. Today's presentation is one of 41 that we will make across our footprint. Fifth Third Bank is serious about the commitment to the communities where we conduct our business. In the past decade, we have contributed over $10 million to the nonprofits throughout Southeast Michigan. Just as important, our employees log in the neighborhood of 10,000 hours of volunteer time with nonprofits each year. This is an important part of our culture. We are a part of the community here, and we are invested in helping build a better quality of life for our customers and for our employees. Now, we're going to present the Employee Involvement Awards. So when I call your name, please come forward. I'd like everybody to tell us a little bit about the organization and what you're doing in the community. So with that, we're going to start with Studio 129. Colleen, please come on up. Jennifer?
All right. Oops. Do we want to get a photo up?
Okay.
Come on over. Okay. Okay. Perfect. If you'd like to share a little bit about the nonprofit and.
Well, first I'd like to say thank you to Fifth Third Bank for recognizing our organization in this way. We are very grateful not only for the money, but for the involvement of your employee, Deb Campbell, who works in Fort Gratiot, Michigan. So she couldn't be here today, but I do want to acknowledge her contribution to our organization. Studio 1219 is located in Port Huron at, surprisingly enough, 1219 Military Street. And we are the largest arts organization in the Thumb. We have multiple, I guess the business word would be service lines. First of all, we have gallery space, lovely gallery space. We have changing exhibitions every month with an opening before each exhibit. That honors the artists and gives the members of our community a chance to network with the artist and get to know the creative people in our community better. We also have workshops and classes. So the classes may run for several sessions. Workshops, you can go home at the end of the day with a nice piece of art, multiple media, glass fusing, jewelry making, acrylics, watercolor, pottery, hand-built and mudslinging. The third thing that we do, which I think we're really proud of, and part of our mission is art for everyone, and we work with Community Mental Health and ARC for them to bring their clients to Studio 1219 and have a chance to create and express themselves through art. It's very popular with the clients of those organizations. And finally, we do have an artist network, a place for the artists in our part of Southeast Michigan to come together to critique each other, to reinforce each other's efforts, and just to celebrate the arts in Southeast Michigan. So again, I appreciate Fifth Third's contribution to our efforts. And
Thanks, Jennifer. All right, next we have Colleen again with the Port Huron Elks Lodge number 343. Representing the Elks, Scott Harris.
Thank you.
Hey, Scott. Oh, thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Another photo op? Yeah.
There you go. Okay,
We good?
we're good.
I know what you're all thinking of Face for Radio. Anyways, first off, I want to say thank you so much to Colleen, obviously Fifth Third on the 4th. We're pretty fortunate. Our organization has received this grant. I believe this is our third one, an amount of $530 each time for our Youth Antlers program. What the program is, a program to get obviously younger children, younger kids involved in our Elks program. Get them involved in becoming an elk. We're located on Beach Road, 3292 Beach Road. If you guys have any interest in joining our organization, please contact Brian Bowman, who is our operations manager, in the phone book. But something that you need to know about the Elks, I know people have this perception that we're a good old boys network. We're more than that. We are very organized with helping the veterans, the underprivileged, the children, the needy. We spend a lot of time. We have a PER association that donates a minimum of 25 food baskets every year to more needy, to churches. A great organization. We have 3 venues. We have a golf course, which I personally think is the best golf course in the state of Michigan, for sure in the St. Clair County area. We have a tremendous banquet facility and also social quarters. All three have been remodeled, updated, upgraded. It's an 18-hole championship course. The banquet facility will hold 350 people, and the social quarters is a great place to mingle, meet new friends. The good part about this is Colleen and I have been friends for 14 years. We actually became Elks about the same time.
Thus
her husband,
the good old boys club.
Yeah, exactly. Her husband David is one of my best friends because of the Elks organization. Over the last 4 years, our fraternity, it's a fraternal organization, I might add. It's a nonprofit. But we've increased our membership up to 860 members, always looking for more.
Absolutely.
So again, I just want to thank you guys so much. This is so generous, so kind. Bless your heart. God bless. Yeah,
Thanks, Scott.
I'm going to put this in my wallet now.
Absolutely, absolutely.
All right, thanks, Scott. All right, next we have Leanne Keeley, who will be presenting to the St. Clair County Child Abuse Neglect Council, represented by Sally Safran.
There you go. I'm going to get out of this one.
Oh, that's all right.
Well, thank you so much for this award. The St. Clair County Child Abuse Neglect Council is a nonprofit organization, and we are located at 1107 Military Street, so we're neighbors. As I say, doing the Lord's work on the main street of Port Huron. We do that with children. Every year, our organization reaches over 5,000 children and parents with prevention information. Recently, I was privileged to hear a child abuse victim, a grown man, speak, and he talked about what might have happened in his life that he could have reported sooner. And it was the type of prevention that we do. Additionally, we forensically interview alleged child sexual abuse victims, and last year we interviewed 165 little children up to the age of 18, so they're not all that little, but most are, in terms of the fact that they may have been sexually abused. There is no better work to do, and there is no bigger pleasure than to have our corporate sponsors sponsor the work we do, and we thank you all very, very much.
Right. All right, and lastly, the charity is that we have the Special Olympics Michigan Water Warriors, represented by Darlene Markle and Ann Plague.
Good-looking group.
Okay. There you go. Perfect. Yeah, sure.
I would like to thank Fifth Third very, very much for the generous donation to Special Olympics Michigan. It actually impacts so many lives in Michigan. There's over 24,000 Special Olympic athletes in Michigan alone, and it's people with intellectual disabilities that participate in over 24 different sports. There's 600 competitions in Michigan, and there's also 6 state-level competitions. Water Warriors is a group that partners with Special Olympics to raise money for Special Olympics. We have a goal of raising $150,000 this year, and this helps to get us much closer to our goal. Water Warriors is a group of people that do a personal watercraft ride from the Mackinac Bridge all the way down here to Harson's Island. It's the last week of July. It's a 5-day ride, and we have over 35 personal watercraft or jet skis that participate. And we have a land support crew that follows along on land, and we also have a boat support crew with several boats and spotters on the boats. So together there's about 75 people that are members of the Water Warriors. It's very rewarding to be able to see how the money that we raise for Special Olympics impacts the program. The smiles say it all. The competitions are heartwarming to attend.
to provide the athletes with the opportunities to participate in a sport and have the camaraderie of being on a team, the health benefits alone. Fifth Third is helping to make these opportunities possible, and thank you again.
All right, wonderful. Again, I want to thank everybody so much for helping us celebrate Fifth Third Day here on the 4th. Again, I'll encourage everyone that can help our local charities either through donations or through volunteerism to do what they can. And that includes our corporate citizens. Now more than ever, our communities need us. And if you need to speak to anybody about financial services, there are plenty of people willing to help. Again, thank you very much. Thanks for being here. Thanks for all that you do, and enjoy the day.
Well, that was certainly a nice tribute there by Fifth Third Bank to help different charitable groups in our area. We salute Fifth Third and their employees for doing that. We still have here in the studio Jason Steyer, and Jason, you've got a big meeting coming up just around the corner. What's the dates and times of the event at Riverview East?
Yeah, our student learning exhibition is Wednesday, May 25th. Starts at 12:30 p.m. and goes on until 2 o'clock, and we invite everyone up to come out and see what Riverview East is all about.
Okay. And once again, how do I find it? Where is it at?
We share the Marine City High School and Middle School complex on King Road. If you travel down Ward Street, park in the large parking lot in the back, and you'll see signs for our school.
Okay, very good. We had some great interviews with all of you students. Thanks very much for coming, and we'll have you back again. Want to hear more about the rec department, about all your projects? See how many people did get registered. That's a good one. That's about it for this edition of the Focus program. Thanks very much for tuning in. Till next time, I'm Paul Dingham. See you soon.
Thanks for watching Focus with Paul Dingaman. Focus is produced at the CTV Community Television Studios in St. Clair. For over 20 years, CTV has captured the moments that matter to our community.